GTA 5, the online car, or my online car, AA Gamer for Life. The Sultan. Okay, its proper name is the Karen Sultan Sports, or that's the category that it's in. And I'm going to show you where I found it, or my buddy Demented Priest found his car. Somebody online showed him, and he got the car. And then eventually I was able to get the car. Now this is about 2 or 3 patches back, so this is where me and my buddy Demented Priest found the car, but that does not mean that you're going to find it, or it may take a while for it to spawn up there. Rockstar has had a couple of patches, and they probably figured we were having too much fun with this car, and I wouldn't even doubt it if it's not even available anymore. Rockstar seems to take away all the fun stuff in the game and kind of just keeps jerking you around. But anyway, I ran around the block about 4 or 5 times to see if the car would spawn up, just so I can prove my point, but it never did. But here's a good look at my car. Again, this was my buddy Demented Priest's car, and before they did the patch, or the latest patch, if I was in his car at the end of a mission, I would keep it, and he would still have his car, so I was able to get this car. Actually, I have 2 of them, and all the upgrades that he put into it I still have. Got a roll cage. He's a level 93 or 4 now, and I'm a level 47 or something, but at the time I got this car I was only in my 30s. But anyway, Rockstar put out several patches, and they kind of stopped that little thing from happening. One of the things that annoys us is that if they stopped it so you couldn't keep your partner's car after a mission, they could have just put you back on the ground, without a vehicle. But now the game just locks up, so you have to dashboard out. And there's no doubt this game has lost a lot of its luster because we're still playing it, but there's a lot of what the hell kind of things going on in the game. And in the beginning when the online first came out, it didn't work, and then they patched it so it did work. And then when you found a good mission, you could just keep replaying it to earn up money, and then they stopped that from happening. But then the same mission that they stopped you from replaying, like when you went back to the lobby, you could just hit the replay option, and you could keep replaying it to earn money and respect. So they stopped that from happening, but then
Hey, what do
they
you want?
don't give you new missions.
Okay,
It's like,
not a
for
problem.
instance, the mission Base Invaders that's given to you from Ron. They stop you from replaying it, but every time you call them, that mission's available to play again. It's just like, it's totally whacked. I mean, why would they stop you from replaying it, but then it's the only mission he gives you to play? And we happened to have been out here on this hill. It was after a mission or something. I don't know if we were losing the heat or something, but my buddy Demented Priest is kind of showing off a little bit. Okay, so after this, I'm going to show you how awesome this car is. I mean, it's one of the best vehicles. My buddy Demented Priest was mentioning that a lot of people are upset because they're paying $1 million for sports cars or for racing or whatever the situation is, and this car is just as fast. And it's a very fast car, no question about it, although after the last few patches it seems a little bit squirrelier than it ever did before. But anyway, it is an awesome car, and it was free, and I have 2 of them now, and I cannot say whether or not you can find this car, but it's one awesome car, and I'm going to show you the next few minutes how awesome this car is and what it can do and the damage it can take. Now, I was on the northern part of the map, and I was doing a gang area, and I had a wanted level, so I just went native, and I'm on the north side of Mount Chiliad, and it's unbelievable what this car can do. It's better than any 4x4 vehicle out there, and the damage it can take and the incline it can go up is amazing. So I'm going to show off a little bit of what this Sultan can do. Okay, exception of like when the rocks get real hard like that. I mean, that's a good 70 maybe 80% grade there, and it's just, this thing will go until you get to these like serious rock cliffs there that you can't get up. But it really is amazing what this vehicle can do. And it's fully armored, because I believe my buddy Demented Priest is at the point where he could, the car can fully be upgraded on its armor. And I guess maybe you do lose a little bit of handling when you fill your armor up, but the truth is we're not racing, and it's better to have that extra armor. One of our biggest gripes about that is that no matter how much armor you put on a car, it doesn't give you any protection as far as people shooting at you. You still seem to die just as easy. Although, as you can see, the one side of my car is all shot up, because what I will do is, like, if I'm going into a gang area or a mission or whatever, kind of position the car so we could use it for cover. And I was almost to the top of this mountain, but back down again we go, and up the hill again. Okay, so I showed you where we found the car. Again, I cannot say whether or not the car is still available. My buddy Demented Priest did tell me that sometimes it will take a while for it to spawn up. So all I can tell you is that's where we found it. And hopefully, if you really want this car, you can find it there. But I cannot tell you whether or not it's going to happen or not, or you might just say the hell with it. One thing's for sure, they fixed a little, I don't know if you want to call it a glitch, or when you would be in a mission and you were in your buddy's car, that you could just keep his car. They definitely fixed that, and it's real annoying because they could have done it so, you know, you're not going to keep the car and just put you on the ground without a vehicle. It just locks your game up. It just sits there in the online pause menu, and it happened to us a half a dozen times, and now we just don't even bother with it. And this is my second time making this video. I wanted to redo it because I was hoping to land on this observatory deck there. That would have been so awesome. Yeah, that would have been really cool to land on there. I did make this video again, mostly because I wanted to show how well this car can climb hills and the damage it can take. And, you know, I would have never thought getting up to this observatory area with a car was possible. I mean, I'm sure you could probably come up here with a dirt bike or ATV on the trails, but I never thought of taking the time to drive up the mountain face with a car. So let's have a little bit of fun. Now it's time to get down the mountain, and it's amazing, you know, the damage this car will take. So as my car is slipping down the mountain, a little bit ago I was mentioning how Rockstar kind of jammed up the game. So if you were in a buddy's car at the end of a mission, your game just locks up. So yeah, it sucks. I mean, to me and my buddy Demented Priest, we feel like Rockstar just keeps taking away all the fun stuff of the game, and just, I don't know, it's just a messed up situation on this online thing. And I'm a level 48, and I would love to get to, you know, levels, he's 94. You know, I would love to keep playing it, but on the cooperative end, there's really, I don't know, the missions are the same. Every time we're calling up missions, they're always the same, and it's like they took away the ability to replay missions, and then they cut the money down, and it just, you know, why do that? But then the same missions are available to play again. And like I was mentioning earlier, when the online was first available and you got ranked up, the mission Base Invaders came available, and we would just keep replaying it. But then they cut that out so you couldn't replay it. But every time I call Ron up, that mission's there to do again. It's just lame. I mean, I don't know, but that was pretty awesome coming down that mountain. I was like, all right, time to come down this thing. And The car's still going. It's pretty beat up, but and it's got a lot more that it could take too. Demented Priest and me, we're all about the cooperative game. We play almost any game that's co-op. You know, Army of Two, Borderlands, whatever. We're not a big multiplayer fan as far as the team death matches and cops and robbers and all that. It's just something that we're not into. And another thing that really pisses us off is the way the lobbies work. All right, every time I play online, I create a invite only match, but the missions, even though the matches are closed, they still let people in. And I don't want to be a dick to nobody, but we're playing private because that's the way we want to play. But Rockstar made it so people can join in the games, or like we're doing a survival and a bunch of people would join in. And I don't want to kick them, but I don't want them in the game either. It's just if my match is closed, that's the way we want to play. There's plenty of people that want to play with random people. That's the way the game should be. But if you have it set on closed and you just want to play with your friends, that's the way it should be. Who's Rockstar to say that I have to play with other people? And it doesn't stop us from playing. It just takes us longer to get a match going because when people join in, I have to kick them out. It just sucks. It just does. Okay, so I showed you how well this car could climb hills, and I did this jump with my Mustang-looking car. So I was like, I got to try this jump with my Sultan here, and this jump is so awesome as far as the distance and the height and the speed and all that. I don't know why I fail it, but whatever. I'm just out here to have a little bit of fun and to show my car off a little bit. And this is jump number 50 in my jump walkthrough, and it was one of the hardest jumps for me to do, mostly because I was doing it on a bike, and I had my bike fully upgraded. But knowing what I know now, I would have tried it with a car. But the stupid guidebook, the information in it, they tell you to use a bike and top speed and all that, but you just could not get the speed needed to get over that damn jump. Okay, so this is very early on the online playing. This is like the very first car after we got through the tutorial. This car was just there. I got it and I put insurance on it, and I guess it's a Mustang-looking car or whatever. And again, I just have a little bit of fun with this jump. Me and my buddy Demented Priest were out here. I'm like, I gotta go try this jump with this car. He's like, well, wait for me. So we came down here, and at the time he had the Buffalo. This is well before we ever knew about the Sultan car. So now we just have the Sultan. I'm like, I only have 2 cars in my garage. I have the apartment everybody has, and there goes my buddy right behind me. That was awesome. That's the only 2 cars that I have, and I know the garage can hold 10, but I don't know. I mean, I have not seen the point to have more than those 2 cars. That car is as fast as any of the sports cars, and it takes as much damage as any truck or whatever, and it can, as you can see, it can climb any hill as well as any 4x4. So I don't see any need to have a different car. Alright, so that was kind of me going off about the online, my car, and how we found it. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.